everyone, and welcome to Gambling on Hockey on the Parlay Network, Canada Sports Betting Network. I am your host, Celine Trimarchi, alongside my co-host, Luca, Rosano. Okay, so I went 4 for 4 last night. I'm on a roll. My overall is 61%. Guys, listen to the blonde because she knows what she's talking about. Luca, what about you? You did 3 out of 4 games last night. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad compared to you. You're killing it right now. I mean, according to Harley, who is a professional gambler, yeah, if you hit over 57%, I mean, you have a future in this business. So right now, Celine is hitting something that's unheard of right now. She's killing it, and I'm behind her at 54%. I was 3-1 yesterday, so I'm okay with that performance. But yeah, let's see if we could keep up these records of ours.
Well, there's a couple of games on tonight. So you can definitely boost, either you can boost your score or it will just plummet because of the amount of
Yeah.
games that are going on. But first things first, let's start off with, since we're in Toronto, let's start off with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Leafs look to put their defensive worries aside for a second straight night when they host the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, the last 4 meetings actually between these two teams are 2-2. So it can go either way tonight. The favorite for tonight's game is actually the Carolina Hurricanes. If you were to bet on it, are you taking the home team in the Maple Leafs or are you going to take the Hurricanes?
This is going to be a tough spot for the Leafs, I think. I know it's been rare to see the Leafs as an underdog this season. I feel like every single game they are the favorite, but in this one, they
Mhm.
are the underdog. Carolina -1.5. I'm going to ride with it here. I think the Leafs are just in for a bad matchup. I know they had the heroic goalie effort last game from Calgary, but I don't think it's going to be that same type of result here. And I really think the Hurricanes will be able to hold the Leafs offense in check. And you look at the Hurricanes, they've been managing a strong offensive output all season long. They got a decent netminder. I think they're going to be able to hold their own here. So I'm going to back Carolina here against Toronto, as it will be the game's in Toronto, right? So it's going to be a St. Patty's Day theme, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Carolina's going to spoil the party.
I was trying to find a stat to see if maybe every single time the Leafs wear their St. Patty's jerseys, if they end up winning the game, but I couldn't find it. So if somebody knows where to find that, please at this so we know exactly, because that'd be really interesting to find out. But like you were saying, I don't know, the game tonight could go either ways because Eric Shalgren had such a dominant performance against the Dallas Stars. So to come out and be that strong again in net, it's like you can either come out and do amazing or you can just come out and kind of fall flat on your face. So,
Yeah.
but I'm being hopeful tonight. I'm going to stick with the Toronto Maple Leafs on this one, which I haven't been choosing them in a while, but tonight I'm confident enough that they'll come out and they'll stay strong. I mean, Matthews, again, he's not in for the Toronto Maple
Yeah.
Leafs, but I believe that the Leafs know that they have to step it up because of that missing piece. And they're going to want to hold a spot for the playoffs. I mean, they're 81 points and Boston's at 79. So Boston is creeping up. So if I'm putting my money down on this one, I'm going to take Toronto. And I'm actually going to take the over on this one because I believe that there are going to be quite a number of goals that are going to be scored tonight. The next game, the Predators, they look for their 6th win in 7 games when they take on the host, the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, Nashville's the favorite for this one. Are you going to stick with the Preds on it or are you going to take the Flyers?
I'm actually going to go with Nashville here, -1.5. You look at Nashville, they've been playing really well lately, 5-1 in the previous 6 games, and Philadelphia has lost each of their last 3 games. And also, you look at the goal differential, Nashville is averaging 4.5 goals in the previous 4 games, while Philadelphia is scoring just 2.6 goals in their last 5 games. So I expect the momentum for the Predators to get the job done here. They've won in 4 of their last 5 against the Flyers as well. So I'm going to take them here on the puck line. I think Nashville will get it done by at least 2 goals or more.
I agree with you on that one. I'm going to stick with the Nashville Predators as well. I mean, Philadelphia is on a 3-game losing skid, so it doesn't look so hopeful for the Flyers, especially when you go 3 games without a win. And also, Nashville's goalie, he's been unstoppable this season. I mean, he holds a .924 percentage, and he was unbelievable against Pittsburgh. I mean, he only let in 1 goal on 36 shots, so he was solid in net. And Roman Josi, he's been having a career best this year with assists at 52. So I feel this is going to be an easier win for the Nashville Predators. So I'm taking them on the puck line as well. The Dallas Stars in Montreal. So the Stars look to end a 3-game losing streak when they visit one of the worst teams in the league. I had to throw that jab in there. The Montreal Canadiens. So Dallas is the favorite here, obviously, not surprised. Who are you taking? I mean, I'd be pretty shocked if you say, you know what, the Canadians are going to come up strong in this one.
Yeah, so you know what's funny? Originally, I did like the Canadians,
Oh my
but I'm gonna
gosh.
back out of that circle here. I'm actually gonna do a 360. I'm gonna take Dallas. Looking at it further, the Habs are not good, like you just said. They're 8 and
Yeah.
20 in their last 28 games at home. That's what did it for me. I was trying to find a stat that backed up this pick, and I saw that horrible home record. And not to mention, they've only won
Yeah.
17 of their last 65. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a hero here. And they're 7 and 26 in their last 33 against the Western Conference. Now, the one thing is that the Stars are on a 3-game skid. That's the one thing that concerns me, but I think this is the perfect opportunity for them to break out of it. Yeah, I just don't like Montreal in this spot. But Montreal is 6-3-1 in their last 10. And when I read that first, that's what was leaning me towards Montreal. But then overall, I just think Dallas is going to go into Montreal and put them back to reality. So yeah, I'm going to go Dallas here -1.5.
Yep, safe bet here is to pick the Dallas Stars. I'm right with you on that one. And plus, Montreal tonight will be without Ben Sherratt, which I find that's going to be really interesting to see since he did end up getting traded.
Yeah.
So that's a loss for Montreal heading into tonight's game. And Montreal, yeah, their last game when they opened up their homestand, they went 6-3, a loss against Arizona. Not the best way you want to start a 6-game homestand. And Dallas, they're going to be the dominant team here tonight, especially with Josh Robertson. He has 7 goals in his last 5, and 2 of them were hat tricks. So he's been the top producer for goals scored for Dallas. So I feel like he's going to be a player that Montreal is going to have to keep their eye on and watch. And plus, Dallas, their 3-game slide that they've been losing, it pushed them out of a wild card spot. So I believe that tonight's going to be a big game for Dallas. They're going to come up strong, and it should be an easier win against the Montreal Canadiens. So if you want to bet on that, taking Dallas as the favorite tonight. Next team, Ovi. Okay, so Washington Capitals and the Columbus Blue Jackets. So Ovi looks to keep climbing the NHL record books when his team, the Washington Capitals, take on the Blue Jackets. So if you're going to put money down on this game, what are you taking? Washington Capitals or the Columbus Blue Jackets?
Yeah, give me the Capitals -1.5. They've won 5 of their last 6 games and 7 of their last 10 road games. This is a team that's playing with a ton of confidence right now. They're very good offensively, scoring 3 goals in their last 7 games. And the Islanders have lost 5 of their last 8 games and 4 of their last 7 home games. And they are one of the worst defensive teams, which is not going to go over well for them in a matchup against Ovi and the Caps. They have given up at least 4 goals in 5 of their last 6 games. So expect a lot of goals for the Capitals here en route to the comfortable win. So I'm going to lay that -1.5 here.
Yep, I'm going to take the Washington Capitals on this one as well. And I'm also going to bet on Ovechkin. I believe tonight's going to be a big game for him. He's going to come up with another goal because he's going to keep on climbing till he beats Wayne Gretzky. And I think when they take on the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight, Ovechkin's going to put one behind the net, and Capitals are going to end up taking this game. So they're the favorite here tonight at -1.5 as well. But I'm sure most people kind of knew that one. Let's switch gears now. So it's a New York showdown for the second time this season. Those are always, I would love to go watch an Isles game take on the Rangers. I feel like that would be such a cool experience because that team, 2 New York-based teams, and even in like Los Angeles as well, like that'd be pretty sick. And we'll get to that game as well because they're playing each other tonight. But heading into the New York game, so the Rangers are the favorite here to win. If you're going to bet on this, who are you taking? The New York Islanders or the Rangers?
Going to go with the Rangers here, Celine. I'm going to go with the Rangers. They have been a dominant home team. I cannot bet against that. 25-3 at home this season. Since the start of the new year, they're an incredible 12-1-1 at home, virtually unbeatable at home. And this month, they have won all 3 games, allowing just 7 goals while scoring 12. I like that differential. And you look at the Rangers, there's going to be a lot of motivation for them to go out and win this game because they're second in the Metropolitan Division at 81 points, and they're only 6 points behind Carolina for top spot. So that's definitely still attainable as we got some games left of this NHL regular season. So give me the Rangers here.
Yep, sticking with the Rangers as on this one as well. I mean, but the Islanders, they won 4 of their last 5 games, like their last 5 meetings against the Rangers. So, I mean, if you're going to look at it stats wise like that, I mean, maybe you're going to want to vote on the Islanders. Maybe they'll come up strong tonight, but I'm sticking with the Rangers as this as well. I mean, they're 10-4-1 in their last 15 at home. They're 7 1
Yeah.
and 1. So they have a really good home record. And Artemi Panarin, he's been producing for this team, especially when it helps to grab assists and all of that. So yeah, 12 points in his last 5 games. I'm sticking with the Rangers on this one. I feel like they're going to come up strong. Next game, Pittsburgh Penguins and the St. Louis Blues. So after a 4-1 defeat in Nashville, despite outshooting the team, outshooting the Preds 36-25, the Pens look to get some pucks past the Blues defensive unit. So Pittsburgh is the favorite tonight. Are you going to vote on? Are you going to pick the Pittsburgh Penguins? Oh my gosh, I can't talk right now. Or are you going to stick with the St. Louis Blues?
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. The Penguins have struggled a little bit lately to put the puck in the
Mm.
back of the net. I think this is gonna be a grind 'em out type of game. I'm actually gonna go with St. Louis here, plus 1.5. I could see this being a really, really close game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Blues end up winning this game with the upset. They have the clear-cut advantage when it comes to power play in this one, and I think that's going to be on full display, although they will be tested tonight going up against the league's third best penalty kill. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. But the last time these two teams met, St. Louis had the lead for most of that game, and then it was a controversial game-tying goal with Sidney Crosby in the third period. And it was a failed coach's challenge that then gave the Penguins a power play, and then they were able to score, changing momentum there. So I feel like that still left a bitter taste in the Blues' mouth. This is going to be a payback spot for them. I like them here that they're on home ice. This is going to be a good game, so I'm going to go with the points. I'm going to go plus 1.5 with St. Louis, and I wouldn't be surprised if they upset the Pens tonight. That's my hot take for the show.
Hot take, love that. I'm gonna stick with the Pittsburgh Penguins on this one. I'm gonna spice things up a little bit. Like you were saying, the last meeting, yes, that did happen, but the Pittsburgh Penguins, yeah, they ended up winning that game. But going to the game against the Nashville Predators, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like how that game ended up playing out, how they did end up losing 4-1. I feel like this is going to be a big motivation for them to actually win this game and put pucks past the netminder and net for the Blues. I mean, 36 shots. They outshot Nashville 36-25. So I feel like they're going to do anything they can to secure the win tonight, especially coming off of that game, which they all found was a good, solid game. Even the head coach for Pittsburgh, he was also saying that he loved the way that the team was playing. So I feel like tonight they're going to bring all that motivation into tonight's game, and I feel that they're going to come out with the win. So I'm going to stick with them on minus 1.5 because they are the favorite. But you never know. It's hockey. Hockey's hockey. You never really know what's going to go on. Next one, the Buffalo Sabres. Okay, so the Sabres look to keep their momentum going when they kick off a 3-game road trip starting in Edmonton. So McDavid, is he going to come out strong for the team and take the win for the Edmonton Oilers?
Yeah, the Sabres have been looking good lately. I don't know what's going on with them. They won back-to-back games. They look to pull off the upset here. I think money
Mm-hmm.
could be coming in on them to try to capitalize on their momentum, but I feel like they're going to hit a wall here. And the Oilers, it's not like they're coming in stumbling. They've been playing great recently, and I think they're just going to overwhelm the Sabres team on both ends of the ice. The Oilers are scoring 3.28 goals per game, and they're going to pile up a ton of goals. McDavid, Draisaitl, the rest of the forward units here, they're not going to be able to be stopped. So I think Edmonton will show up here at home, and they will humble Buffalo a bit, who's been on a nice upside lately.
Yeah, something you don't see every day. And I'm gonna take a Edmonton on this one as well. But I'm also gonna take the over because I feel like this is gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
And Buffalo, all the games that they've won, like majority of this season, they've been averaging 3 goals per game. So if they don't win tonight, the Buffalo Sabres, it's still going to be a high scoring matchup. But I'm going to take the Edmonton Oilers on this. I mean, they're sitting at 70 points, but Vegas and Vancouver are literally creeping up behind them to kick them out of a playoff spot. And their last one against Detroit was a big one, 7-5. Although they kind of blew the lead in the beginning, but then they came back and they ended up still securing the win. So I'm going to take Edmonton on this one at -1.5. I'm going to take the over at 6.5. The Detroit Red Wings. I don't know what it is about that name, but it's just a tongue twister every single time. Vancouver will continue their push for the postseason when they take on the Wings. Who are you taking at this one? Vancouver's the favorite, but I don't know. Detroit's been kind of struggling, but do you really want to pick on them, or what's going on, Luca?
Yeah, I'm going with Vancouver. I'm not taking any chances here. The Red Wings defense has been really bad lately. In their last 6 games, they've given up an average of 5.7 goals per game. That's absurd. And they've given up at least 6 goals in 5 of their last 6 games. So expect a goal fest being one-sided here. And not to mention, they gave up 9 goals to Arizona. And remember, we did that show. I couldn't believe it. The Canucks had lost 2 in a row, though, before a win in their last game. And overall, they've won 7 of their last 10 to stay in the playoff race. Detroit did beat Vancouver 3-1, but that was at the very beginning of the season. This time, it's going to be different. Canucks will avenge that loss. Give me Vancouver -1.5.
Yep, same here. Give me Vancouver -1.5. Vancouver, last 6 games, they're 4-1-1. They're within 1 point of the second wild card playoff berth in the West. So it's going to be a now or never game coming down to the wire with only a couple games left in the season. And Bo Horvat, he's been playing really well. I mean, he's posted 3 points last game, 9 points in his last 5. And Quinn Hughes, he's been very productive, especially after that win against New Jersey, his brother Jack Hughes. I feel like that gave him a big push to come up strong for his team. And JT Miller, he's been having a career best season. And Detroit, like I was saying, they came off of a 7-5 loss in Edmonton. Yeah, okay, they came back, but they still end up blowing the game. So I'm going to stick with the Vancouver Canucks on this one at -1.5. And now let's switch over to our last 2 games. So like I was mentioning, New York, and now we got LA and LA. So the San Jose Sharks and the Los Angeles Kings. So the Kings will try to avoid a 4-game season sweep by the Sharks tonight on home ice. So this one's a tricky one. To be completely honest, the Los Angeles Kings, they're the favorite here, but I was quite surprised by that. But I guess you never really know. So who are you taking on this one, San Jose or LA?
I'm going with the Sharks. I think this team has LA's number. You just said it. They're on the cusp of getting swept by the Kings, by the Sharks. The Sharks are 3-0 against the Kings this season. I think they're going to make it 4-0. And the Kings are not coming in riding, some good momentum. They have a below 500 record over the last 5 games, going 2-3 during that stretch, and they've only scored 9 goals. So I think at the very least, this will be a very low-scoring game. I can see the Kings winning just by 1, but to say it's going to be a dominating performance by the Kings, I don't think so. San Jose has proven all season long that they can keep up with this Kings team, and they might just have their numbers. So give me the Sharks.
Yeah, I'm taking the San Jose Sharks on this one as well. I mean, the LA Kings, they're riddled by injuries. They have 6 defensemen that are out. And now even Brendan Lemieux, he's out too. And he's a solid guy you want on the ice because he's not afraid to take down players. Yes, he's a little bit dirty. That can be controversial when I say that because people can disagree with me on that one. But I don't know. Anyways, I won't get in that topic, but I'm going to stick with the San Jose Sharks on this one as well. San Jose has won 8 of their last 9 meetings when it comes to taking on the LA Kings. So I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to go in the favor for San Jose. And LA, they're going to want to come up strong because they're second in the Pacific and San Jose is 7th. They're way out of the playoffs, but for some reason, I believe that the San Jose Sharks are going to come up strong. And plus, this is going to be a true test because if the LA Kings can't take down the San Jose Sharks, I wonder what's going to happen in the playoffs when they have to take on bigger teams than the San Jose Sharks. But I guess we'll wait and see. But tonight, no, I'm taking the San Jose. Last and final game, my team, the Florida Panthers. Thank you very much. The red hot Florida Panthers are set to take on the struggling Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, so who are you taking on this one? Are you going to take VGK, the Vegas Golden Knights, or are you going to take the Panthers?
No, I'm taking the Panthers. I'm going with their team. I think there's going to be a nightmare matchup for the Golden Knights. They're in a bad drought. I think it's only going to get worse. The Panthers, this team has proven it to do it all season long. They're consistent. They've dominated all year. And in the month of March, it's been no different. They have played to a 60.69 expected goals rate over 7 contests this month. And there's no reason why this group's going to slow down. It's not been the season that a lot of Golden Knights fans thought it was going to be for their side. And Florida, they got a lot of they have big aspirations, right? These guys have more than just these regular season games on their mind. They're looking for so much more come playoff time. So Florida's going to take advantage of a winnable matchup here. Give me Florida -1.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers as well on this one. I mean, Florida's been pretty dominant all season, and even now, I mean, they won 6 of their last 7. And think, what's it called? Vegas has lost their last 5 games, so they're on a downhill spiral. While the Florida Panthers are on an uphill ascent. So I'm taking the Panthers on this one, and plus, Florida has 5 20-plus goal scorers and 4 50. Yeah, and 4 50-plus point holders. And Alexander Barkov and Jonathan Huberdeau, they've been playing unbelievable, especially within like the last 5 games as well. I mean, 8 points in the last 5. That's huge. So I feel like it's going to be a easy win tonight against the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and the Florida Panthers are going to come up strong. And also, I just want to mention that apparently this season is the first season that they've actually had really big crowds in Florida, because I mean, in a hot climate, who really wants to go watch a hockey game? I mean, I'd rather be by the beach and tanning, but because the Panthers have been doing so well this season, they are getting a full crowd. I mean, it's not as full as the Leafs, I would say, but it's fairly full compared to what it used to be. But thank you all for listening. Yeah, right? Yeah. You should definitely go.
Winning solves everything. That's what I was going to say about that. When you have a winner, it fills up the crowd. It doesn't matter if you're in Buffalo, Florida, the most random city. There's going to be people in the seats if you win. So
everybody hops on the bandwagon after, right? Well, thank you all for joining us today on Gambling on Hockey. My name is Celine Trimarchi, and this is my co-host, Luca Rosano. And Luca will be back here tomorrow to give his update on the tonight's win and see how many games he can come up strong with. And he's going to be on with Jelani. So they'll catch you here tomorrow. But for then, good night, everybody, and good luck with the games.